San Francisco Bay is known for its breathtaking beauty, but for Dale Ching, Angel Island is where the ugliness of racism imprisoned him.
Does it bring back a lot of memories every time you come back here?
Yes.
It's where Ching was detained for nearly 4 months when he immigrated from China in 1936. He was 16, traveling alone.
And I say, gee, I didn't do anything wrong. How come I'm in jail?
You felt like you were in jail.
That's right.
In the early 1900s, tens of thousands of immigrants entered the U.S. through Angel Island, people of all races. The Chinese Exclusion Act was in place at the time, barring most Chinese immigrants from settling here.
There was a clear difference based on race. Europeans had their papers checked on board and were allowed to leave the ships, but Asians were taken here to Angel Island for processing. They were detained for weeks, some for more than a year.
They were allowed to leave their barracks only for a bit of recreation time and for meals.
After you eat, you come right back up here, and they will lock the door again. You cannot go out.
It's a dark part of our national history that we're not always comfortable talking about.
Dave Matthews is the state park superintendent for Angel Island. He's helping to oversee the restoration of the immigration station.
Just right in that corner.
When it reopens to the public, more than 200 items will be on display, along with many poems carved into the walls by detainees.
This is one of the rare places in the world where the walls literally talk to you, and they tell you stories of sadness and of anger and frustration.
But some things won't be back on display, the wax figures that were once in the barracks.
Some rats and mice got into them. Some fingers and ears got nibbled down, so it was a little scary looking for some folks, so we thought it was best not to reuse them.
It's not just the buildings that are getting a makeover. As word of the reopening spreads, Angel Island's history is being transformed with new voices, once buried.
Some people have called and said, I was formerly a detainee here, and now I'm 91 years old, and I want to come back to see this reopening. And that's really gratifying for us because we never knew these people were still alive.
For Dale Ching, the memories were so painful, it took him 55 years to come back to Angel Island for the first time in 1991.
When I first stepped in and I looked at this plane, I was crying.
But now,
here you are at Angel Island again. What goes through your mind?
I'm happy.
Happy because the ordeal he once wanted to forget will now be remembered for generations. Thuy Vu, CBS 5.